Welcome back to Mac Talks Football and an impressive win for Brazil as they thrashed Scotland a 3-0 and they qualify for the next round of the FIFA World Cup and as the group leaders are from their group. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. If I'm being very honest with you, I am one of those people who don't really rate this Brazil team. I'll be very honest with you. I just don't think, they have the superstars. They have an amazing defense, probably two of the world's best defenders in the world currently in Gabriel and Marquinhos. You have Alisson at the back. You have a great midfield as well, and the forwards that they have like the best amount of forward talent in the World Cup. I think Brazil have that. But despite all of that, I just feel there is something missing. If I'm being very honest with you, and the way that Brazil have played the three games, everybody raved about Brazil in their game against Morocco. I personally felt Morocco were really good. I think Brazil played really poor in that game, and they were rescued by a moment of genius from Avini. Second game they got better, but today, as I said, I've been one of their biggest critics. Today you just felt it, you just knew it, the Brazil were back. People are gonna come out and they are gonna mention that Scotland made the mistake. The first goal, what they were doing, I have no idea. The second goal where it got disallowed as well, that again, but then Vinny scores as well. They are going to make talk about mistakes, but the thing that was completely changed today is the way that they played. People are just going to notice the mistakes that Scotland did. But to be very honest with you, Brazil forced Scotland to make those mistakes. They were very fast with the way that they play, that the way that they chased Scotland down. They know that Scotland are going to come out and they're going to try to take the game to Brazil. That is going to be Scotland's a game plan, because on paper and on everything, Scotland cannot really beat Brazil. They have not beaten them for more than half a century. So nobody really expects Scotland, to go ahead and beat Brazil. But Brazil and Carlo Ancelotti, and that's why I always say, it's very important to have a great manager, in that regard. He would have known what Scotland are going to do. They're going to come out there. The fans are going to be up, up for it. The Tartan RB are going to be right behind it, and Scotland are going to come high, play on that high tempo, and try to put Brazil back and try to push them in their own half and put them under a lot of pressure. What Brazil and Carlo Ancelotti did today, they really did not let Scotland do that. From the get-go, Brazil pushed forward quite a lot. Their pressing was really good. They did not let Scotland, have any chance, a chance to breathe. They were on them instead, and they forced Scotland to make those type of mistakes, and they benefited from that. And even when they were not really making those mistakes, Scotland really did not have that group, because the impetus was stolen away from them. They were not really allowed to be that that guy. The Scots, they are loud and they're obnoxious and all of that. They're going to have a go at you. The Brazil stopped that quite early. There was no physicality from Scotland. They tried a couple of challenges, but Brazilians gave them back. You cannot really try to play that type of football when Brazilians have players like Casemiro and Gabriel and all of those guys. They are going to beat back to you, and Brazil did that quite convincingly and quite easily as well. And they put, as I said, Scotland under a lot of pressure. Most of the game was played in Scotland's half, and this has happened for the first time in this World Cup, that Scotland were the team that were really defending. In both of their other games, Scotland are the ones that they really tried to play football, but it did not work for them tonight. And I think Brazil need to be given a lot of credit. Ancelotti needs to be given a lot of credit that they nullified Scotland's biggest threat. That was having a go at the opposition, trying to play that fast-paced football that sort of disrupts the opposition team and puts them under a lot of pressure. Because if Scotland start well and they start getting into their box, Brazil are going to feel the pressure, even though their defense is really solid and they are going to be able to deal with it. But it comes in your mind that they might come in and they might get a lucky goal, and then the pressure is on you. Everybody expects you to win. You are behind, and then it's going to be really hard for you. So it was really important for Brazil. As I said, if people are going to talk about the mistakes, but sometimes luck favors the brave, and Brazil were brave enough to do that in an important game, because they still had to win, and they need to make sure that they win it comfortably to make sure that they end up as the top team of the group, which they ended up being doing. Being able to do that. You need to talk about the main player, Vinny Jr. A lot of criticism before the start of the tournament. A lot of waves were about the one guy who finally came today. He did not start, Neymar. We're going to talk about him as well. but it has to be winning. I mean, the way that he's carrying this Brazil for team forward, two goals, it could have easily been a hat trick, one goal being disallowed, then giving the assist for Cunha as well. He's having a really, really great tournament. And if Brazil need to win, and if the Brazil need to go deeper into that the tournament, Vinny needs to perform continuously, and the team needs to revolve around him, which they are doing right now at the moment, and it's working for them. I think today, out of the three games that they played, I think he had the best game of the World Cup so far for himself, and that is why Brazil were really, really good as well. Neymar, a big, finally he came to the pitch. He did not do that much, and I don't think he's going to do that much. I personally felt he did not deserve to be in the squad. I'm of that opinion, but he finally came, and he did not really influence the game in any way. The game never really did not need influencing as well, because they were already winning 3-0 by the time Neymar came on the pitch. But it's good that he's finally here. So he is sort of the player that is going to give mentally, mentally is going to give a lot of momentum to the Brazilians, the fans, and the team, and everything. So it's important that he is fit, and there's going to be that much that sort of fear in the opposition team as well. Even if it doesn't start, and you see Neymar coming on, you are on 0-0, and you see Neymar coming on, even if he doesn't do anything, you still are going to have that sort of fear, even though he's not performing to the level, but he is Neymar, so you are going to have that sort of fear. So I think that in that way, I think it is going to work out very well. Scotland, on the other hand, as I said, I think this was their worst performance. They were not really able to do that, to do anything they would have wanted to. They were not really able to play on that front foot. They were on the back for the entirety of that game, and they gave away those goals. Silly mistakes. Of course, I understand Brazil forced you to make those mistakes. They were really good at pressing, but you are playing at the international. You are playing at the World Cup. You need to be aware of it, and the mistakes were made, but poor decisions. A player can press you as much as you want, but you need to be aware. And even if you're trying to gonna make a mistake, if you're gonna lose the ball, try to make sure that you are passing to the other side. You're not passing backwards where he can come in and take the ball away from you, especially when they are pressing us so high. And that's what happened, and they gave two goals cheaply. And offensively, it was not there today from Scotland. As I said, it was a really, really tough game for them, and now they have to sit and they have to wonder. They are still in it. Somehow they are still in it. There's a chance that Scotland might qualify for the next round, because they are on third place. They won a game. We have to wait till Saturday, I think, if I'm not wrong, between the Algeria and Australia game, something like that, or Argentina Australia game. I'm not really sure, to decide to see if Scotland are going to be able to qualify for the next round. That is a bizarre thing, if I'm being very honest with you. It's probably one of the worst feeling. I rather be out of the World Cup than sit here and have some sort of maybe I'm going to be in the next round, and then it gets taken away. I mean, today's Wednesday finished. It's Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday early morning. So almost 2 days, you still are going to have some sort of that. Maybe you are in the World Cup, and then it's going to be snatched away from you. That's disgusting, to be very honest with you. But let's hope somehow, some way, Scots make it, because the Americans have really loved it, and their fans have been really, really amazing at the World Cup. So you are going to miss it. But unfortunately, their team today was not really up for it. And I think they need some sort of a miracle to stay in the tournament, if I'm being very honest with you. A devastating performance and a blow to Scotland, but a performance needed for Brazil, and a great night for them. That's from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game. What you guys let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.